Welcome to the commentary booth where we watch and you guessed it, commentate on the week that was in movies and TV. I'm your host and play-by-play commentator Jamie Apps, and each week I'm joined by a rotating cast of colour commentators to help you find your next viewing treat. This week I'm joined by Impact Fee Technician, who lists their favourite movie as A Nightmare on Elm Street, favourite TV show as Golden Girls. Welcome back to the show, Corrina Mabey.
Hello, world. How's it going?
Not too bad. We're in like prime Corrina season right now.
Yes, I've got my pumpkin ale. Yeah. It's so good. Shout out to Aldi for being the only store at the moment in my area to have pumpkin beer of any sort. Like Publix and ABC Liquor are letting me down hard right now. And I don't really drive out to Orlando. I mean, if I get desperate enough, I might drive out to Orlando. But I've got Horror Nights coming up in like a week, so I'll get my favorite pumpkin beer at that event.
Kind of surprised that Aldi's ahead of the game there.
Yeah, I was really surprised too. They had this bitch, which I had this last year. It's so good. There's not even like a company name on it. It's just like fucking delicious.
It's Aldi branded beer.
It's Aldi brand. Fuck it. I drink their $4 bottles of wine too. I ain't ashamed. I'm bougie on a budget over here. But yeah, they had this pumpkin ale and they had a pumpkin cider. But I have not tried the cider yet. So yeah, this was like a win-win last year for me.
I feel like drinking Aldi beer is more acceptable than drinking Aldi wine or cider, because at least like Germans are known for their beer.
That's kind of true. I don't know. Like they got, yeah. I'm not a wine snob. Like I enjoy wine in general, and like if I'm going to like a get together and there's like a lot of people there, I'm just like, I'm gonna be cheap and I'm gonna get that $4 bottle of wine, and I'm not gonna give a fuck. And it's like, it's not like bottom of the barrel, but it's not like. Yeah, I don't have to spend a ton of money on it. It's fine, whatever. It does the job. As you would say, it makes me fun or more fun and crazy. Yeah.
It makes you something.
I'm entertaining. I am an entertaining person. We'll just put it that way.
Just make sure that the KFC is stocked up for the morning.
Dude, that was one time when I decided to have a great time my first encounter with your auntie, and you will never let me live it down. And for the record, people, I was not drunk to the point where I was hungover. But over here in the States, okay, yeah, we're going to squirrel for a second. Over here in the States, KFC used to have the Twister wrap things. And then they got rid of them a long time ago. They haven't brought them back. And so when I visited last time and I saw that KFC had a Twister on the menu, I was like, oh, I'm going to need me one of them. And so we left your auntie's house and it was like prime time for KFC to be opening up. And I was like, yo, we're on the way home. I really want a Twister. It was not, hey, I'm really hungover and I need a Twister.
Mm-hmm. Well, even better now they have the Twister and the kebab. Yeah,
see, I have even more reasons to go and visit and try all these other things that we don't have over here. Although
for a while there, they had a KFC snack pack too.
Yeah, see, I'm kind of mad that I'm missing out on it. But the good news is that you guys have McGriddles now. So when I'm over there, you can enjoy McGriddle. Okay, fine, we can get your mom to enjoy a McGriddle because you had one when you were here last time and you were not the biggest fan. But I'm gonna change.
Force feed my mother a McGriddle.
It's the best fucking thing. It's the best breakfast option in the world because you have your stupid like pancakes with the syrup built into it and eggs and your meat choice. Like you can't go wrong. It's like everything you need for breakfast.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Whatever. Road trip. We'll do a road trip to go get some McGriddles and go to the mountains next time I'm visiting.
Right. So, yep, that leads us into this week. We're climbing back into the car as we take a road trip down memory lane to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Todd Phillips' breakout 2000 comedy Road Trip, starring Breckenmeyer, Seann William Scott, Tom Green, DJ Quayles, Paula Costanzo, and Amy Smart. Released on May 19th, 2000, Road Trip is a, quote, road sex comedy. Basically, think American Pie meets National Lampoon's There's Something About Mary, 40-Year-Old Virgin, etc. The film follows Josh Parker, who enlists 3 of his college friends to embark on a 1,800-mile road trip to retrieve a sex tape that he mistakenly mailed to his long-distance girlfriend, Tiffany. The film was the directorial debut of Todd Phillips, who has since gone on to direct movies such as Old School, Borat, The Hangover, Project X, and then he pivoted to A Star is Born, Joker, and Joker Folie à Deux. Todd also has a cameo appearance in this movie, and I'm interested to see if you picked it up.
I didn't, because I don't know what he looks like.
Let's just say he's on a bus, and he does some weird stuff
Oh, okay.
with the toes.
Ugh. Ugh.
He's that guy. He's the foot guy.
Yeah, that scene almost made me check out.
So Road Trip, we watched that this week. Is this your first time watching Road Trip, from what I believe?
Mm-hmm.
What did you think?
It's what I expected it to be. It is it's a guy's movie, is how I've classified this. This is your like stereotypical like teenage guys movie, like coming of age movie for a lot of men in our generation. Like I think I told you that this movie, I feel, is why there are so many like douchebags in our generation, and like just so much debauchery essentially for people that are in like their like late 20s and like mid 30s and stuff because of movies like this.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, when this movie came out in 2000, it was never like anything that I ever gravitated to, because I don't generally watch these types of movies. But because I care about you and your flashback episodes of this shenanigans, I watched it for you. You're welcome.
After watching it, what did you think? Did you enjoy it, or is it still like, it's fine, I'm not going to go back and watch it anytime soon?
It's a one and done for me. Like, I don't ever need to watch this again. It's kind of like the rest of the movies that he's directed, like the stupid movies, like Old School. I've seen it once. I don't need to see it again. Hangover, same thing. Like, I've seen all three of them, and I don't need to go back to them and revisit them. Although I will say, hey, I do enjoy Hangover more than I do this. So yeah, like I don't know. These are just like movies, like even like American Pie. Like, I never jumped on the train of like American Pie and stuff because they just weren't my vibe. Like, I'm not. I don't know. I don't vibe with them, but they're fine for like watching it once and seeing how ridiculous they can get. And it didn't let me down in that note. Like, when I started noticing who was in this movie, because I went into it completely blank. Like, I think the only person I knew that was in this was Amy Smart. Other than that, I completely drew a blank, but I knew everybody as they were coming onto screen. So I was like, oh, that's the person from this. That's the person from that. But yeah, like, I don't know. It's whatever. It was good for like a couple stupid laughs, and then that's it for me.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, like there are some very like recognizable people in this, like Seann William Scott, who's basically the guy that's in all of this type of like
Yes.
these types of movies.
Yeah.
They're Seann William Scott movies, basically.
Yeah, he is like in all of these stupid things, and he's never like the main lead. He is always the side character, like the dumb friend that you have to have in the friend group. That is him.
Yep. Yeah, so he's in this, he's in all the American Pies.
Yeah.
Good old Stifler.
Yeah.
He even pops up in like Final Destination as the side character guy.
Dude, he was in. I just thought of it now, just thinking back to that. He was in that Bulletproof Monk movie with was it Jackie Chan or Jet Li? One of the two. I don't remember which. But he was in that stupid movie too, and that's probably the closest he got to like a main lead. Like, other than that, he's always been the side goof.
But then like even Paulo Costanza, DJ Quayles, Tom Green, Anthony Rapp, they're all like people where they pop up and you go, I know that guy. He's from that thing.
Yeah.
And we mentioned Todd Phillips having the cameo as the foot guy on the bus. There is also another cameo in this movie that is much harder to pick up, but very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Corky the talking dog.
Mm-hmm.
Did you recognize the voice?
No. He's a very cute little dog.
That's Jimmy Kimmel.
Is it really? That's funny as fuck. I love that.
So yeah, lots of like fun cameos. Even
yeah.
There's one of the guys, I can't remember which one he was, but there's a guy in the movie who is Howard from Big Bang Theory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then
He popped up and you're like, hey, it's Howard.
we discovered Andy Dick was also in here as a hotel attendant. So yeah, there's like a lot of random people just like sprinkled throughout this whole movie, and it's just so strange to see how young they were, especially like Breckin Meyer looked so young, like a baby, and like I couldn't name a Breckin Meyer movie off the top of my head, but he's again sprinkled into like a ton of different movies where you're just like, oh yeah, that's Breckin Meyer. Um,
Yep.
it's so strange.
Yeah, that's like always the fun part. You go back and watch these older movies. Like this one is 25 years old this year.
Yeah.
Like you go back and you watch these and you're like, oh wow, that's where this person like started out, or
Mm-hmm.
this is where they were still just in the getting random cameo moments.
Yeah. And none of them ever like I don't consider any of them to have made it like big per se. Like they didn't like break out into like Hollywood like in the way that you see a lot of people now breaking out into Hollywood. Um I feel like they had their like maybe like year of fame. I won't say 15 minutes, but they had like a year of fame where they did like, these generic stupid comedy movies of like the late 90s and early 2000s, and then they just kind of like disappeared after that.
Yeah, I would say Seann William Scott is the
Biggest
biggest
one.
name,
Yeah.
but then like Howard, even like the guy that plays Howard from Big Bang Theory, like you're not getting him in like a role like this anymore.
No.
Like he's getting actual character roles now. He's not just like a guy in a store.
Yeah. So it's interesting to see how things like shape people's acting careers and like what kind of movies it sets them up for in Hollywood. Because I don't think that those people ever really expected to catapult into necessarily fame and fortune. Um, but I also think that maybe they thought they were going to go a little bit further than probably where they did.
Hmm. And then in terms of like story structure for this, it's built on this framing device of Barry, the roommate who has to stay home instead of going on the road trip to look after the snake. He's recounting this story to a tour group for the university,
Where
and
he's been forever.
yeah, and it's just like this funny kind of unreliable narrator who's
Hmm.
telling this story without ever like he wasn't there, so it's not like it's a personal experience. He's just
Recounting
it's
things.
second and third hand knowledge,
Yeah.
and I love that it basically it starts out and he's telling it, and it is first hand knowledge because it's while they were still at the university before they leave,
Yeah.
and then his story like it stops. They leave the university, and he's like, "Oh well," and that's it. They were fine.
Yep.
And it's not until the tour group is like, "What? That's the rest of the story. Like, where's the rest? You got to keep
There's
going."
no way. So yeah, no, it was definitely an interesting take on like a narrated kind of like third person perspective of a story where they weren't even directly involved. So when you keep that in mind and you get towards the end and you watch everything unfold, you really wonder like how much of it got misconstrued to him
Yeah,
as it was being told and like how accurate it actually is at that point. Because he's not the most reliable person anyway.
yeah. I think that's what makes it so fun. Like, it's why it can be so outrageous and wacky because it is this guy recounting a story that he was told without ever being there. So yeah, it's kind of the Chinese whispers type thing of
Hmm.
things just get
Crazier.
crazier and crazier the more people it goes through in the chain. So
Yeah,
like, maybe none of this even happened. Maybe it was just a straight simple road trip, but because of this concept that they frame it around, it can get outrageous, and you can have them trying to jump a bridge in a shitty old car and the car
hmm
exploding, and then they're going to a frat house that's literally the national black frat house.
Yeah. Well, and on top of that, when also as it concludes, like they make it to their final destination point. That like entire last sequence where like everything just kind of like comes together and everybody's just like finding everybody. That is when you can really tell that like there's no way that all of this could have happened. Like this is so over exaggerated. Someone had to have lied to you about something because there's so many different variables that are like popping up everywhere all at the same time.
Yeah, like it gets to this point where it's just totally off the wall crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything is wrapped up in a nice, neat little bow right at the end. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, that was too easy. That was very, very movie, very
Yes.
cinema.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
And you mentioned the fact that like Barry has never left Ithaca.
Mm-hmm.
There is a bit of a mistake there though,
Yes.
because he says they ask him, "Have you ever left this town?" And he's like, "Mm-mm, no." And they start to suspect that maybe he's just like afraid to leave Ithaca.
Yeah.
But then as they go on their road trip, there's a part in the story where he's like, and then I set them up with my grandparents' house. I remember going there once, and you're like, wait, so you have left Ithaca? What the
Mm-hmm.
what?
Yep. Yep. It's crazy. He's just such an interesting character without even being a main character. Like I feel like he is just like he really is like everything that you need to make the story happen. Minus his weird fetish with fucking mice and the snake. Like,
It's gonna be a bloodbath.
dude, the obsession with this guy and a snake and feeding it is just unreal. Like, absolutely unreal.
I do like that he followed the rules. He didn't feed the snake early, but then when he did feed the snake was like, "Yeah."
I'm good. And he was like so disappointed. It's like, I feel like that is like a typical like little boy thing to do. Like, oh, I get to see this thing tear it to shreds. It's gonna, and then he's talking to the snake like, you want to eat it. You're gonna eat it, and he's still gonna be alive while you're digesting him. I'm like, dude, how old are you? And then in my head, I have to think like, this is a college guy, and I'm pretty sure the majority of the men that I know in my life, they would still do that kind of stupid shit, like talking to the fucking snake. No offense, babe. Um, I know you'd be like, come on, let's go. So it's not really.
Eat the mouse.
It's
Eat
not
it.
really that far fetched at this point when you think of it that way, in that sense of like, most of you guys don't grow up very quickly, so I guess it's a typical move for them.
To be fair, I would not put the mouse in my mouth though.
No, that's taking it a bit too far. That is definitely taking it a bit too far.
And you mentioned sort of you had to keep in the back of your mind that these are college kids.
Mm-hmm.
A fun fact: this movie was nominated for 2 awards after it came out.
Oh boy,
Not the Logies, not the Oscars,
was it
not
the
anything
Razzies?
prestigious. No, at the Stinkers.
Oh, that's below the Razzies. I thought Razzies it was like the lowest of the low. I did not know the Stinkers was a thing.
Yeah, there's an award ceremony called the Stinker Awards,
Oh boy.
and Tom Green won it for 2 roles in the same year.
Oh boy.
So he won it for this role, and he won it for his role in Charlie's Angels in 2000.
Oh boy. Like,
So he got the award for the worst performance. And the film also received a nomination for oldest looking teenagers.
It's true because they all look like they are like in their mid to late 20s. Like none of the only one who doesn't look like that is DJ Qualls, and that's because I don't think he can ever actually hit puberty. Like
He still looks like a teenager today,
yeah, like
25 years later.
when he popped on the screen, the only thing I told you was, "Oh, that's the guy from The New Guy," and that's the only thing I know him from actually because I am one of those people that actually enjoyed The New Guy. Of all, I give you shit about the movies you watch. I was obsessed with The New Guy and with Malibu's Most Wanted when that came out. Just so you know, yep, I'm putting myself out there in the world for that. I'm not anymore, but those were my jam. Those came out. So that's the only way I knew him. But he looked exactly the same. Like he is literally just like this goofy looking dude who you don't know how old he is. I think he's got the Benjamin Button disorder or something because he just doesn't age or he ages backwards.
And I guess like the Tom Green Barry character kind of has a justification for looking way older than he should because he's been at the university for 8 years.
Yeah, he just doesn't graduate.
Like, yeah, you should look like the oldest guy here. Like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I think Breckenmeyer might get away with being like maybe like 21, 22 because he's also got a baby face, but like everybody else is like
even Seann William Scott is on the like higher end of the 20s.
Yeah, and then their other friend that's got like the ridiculous, like he just got he looks like he's already a doctor. Like he's into physics, but he looks like he's already been doing doctor stuff. Like even though he's not a doctor, like he just looks like somebody who'd be like, Oh, okay, you're coming in for your annual your annual exam.
But yeah, so this was nominated for oldest looking teenagers. It did not win.
What one? Do I want to know what
The
one?
award went to Remember the Titans.
Oh yeah, I've never watched that movie, but I have seen enough of the clips of that movie to know that um those were not
They're not,
teenagers.
they're
They
not
don't
teenagers,
look like
they're mid
teenagers.
30s.
Yeah, it's kind of like that whole Breakfast Club thing. Like when they did the Breakfast Club, which I don't know if you've ever seen that or not, but you probably haven't. But like the main like bad boy that's in that movie, he's supposed to be. They're all supposed to be like high school students, and he looks like he's fucking 30. And I'm just like, dude, no. So, so it's always
I
bad.
feel like movie studios have got better at that in recent years, but yeah, during this like time period, the 90s, early 2000s, they were just casting mid to late 20s as 18, 19-year-olds.
Yeah, and then what they would do is they would give them the guy lights. Like they'd be like, "Oh, let's give him spiked tips," and he'll look definitely younger.
Yeah, they'd give him the Justin Timberlake 2-minute noodle hair.
Yeah, exactly. And they would think it would work, and then I'd be like, "No, that guy's got a 5 o'clock shadow on his face, man. Like, there's no way."
A couple of the other sort of very infamous scenes in terms of plot holes and gags and setting where this is, we mentioned the black fraternity and their the prank that they play on Kyle by placing a KKK hood in his bag and then confronting him about it at the dinner. What did you think of that particular scene, and do you think we could get away with a scene like that today?
Yeah, probably not. That'd probably be
I
fun.
don't know. Given the current political climate, it'd probably be really popular.
We're already going backwards. I mean, Florida just got rid of fucking vaccines, so there's that. We're slowly going backwards. So I mean, if anything's gonna happen, they're gonna film it in Florida because you can just get away with everything here. So I mean, you never, I don't think it would go over very well in Hollywood and with the general population of the world, but you could try.
I get, yeah, it's a controversial joke, but for the time period of the 2000s, it is a funny joke to these 3-4 kids that rock up to this fraternity. Like, they're clearly white guys at a black fraternity. So for the black guys to play that joke on them and on the like clearly most nervous, awkward one of them is really funny.
Oh yeah. No, it's hilarious. And then they ended up like, I love the fact that like after all is said and done and it all comes out that it's a joke, he has become like the boss of like the entire friend group with that fraternity. He's just like, yo guys, what's up? Like, it's me. I'm so cool now. Look at me. And I feel like
he breaks out of his shell and fits right in.
It boosts his confidence because he goes from being like this very timid, like by the book kid who doesn't want to do anything out of line to just like, fuck it, I'm a bad bitch kind of thing.
And I love that, like, his defense for when he wakes up is, I can't be racist. I watch Oprah every day.
Yep. Yeah, that's a thing.
It's like, no, guys, I have black friends.
Yeah, that's exactly
joke,
what that is.
In a different way.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh man, Jesus. Good Lord.
Attention, trading card collectors! Are you ready to take your collection to the next level? Dive into the action with the limited edition Australian wrestling card, showcasing the most electrifying talents Australia has to offer. Imagine owning cards featuring legends such as Robbie Eagles, Shazza McKenzie, Shane Hayes, Madison Eagles, and many, many more. But that's not all. You'll also snag cards of the iconic referees, commentators, and announcers, just like me, Lord Andy Coyne, to truly capture the spirit of Australian independent wrestling. And as our homegrown talent continues to dominate the world stage, Ozrest cards are destined to become hot commodities. Not only will you be owning a valuable piece of wrestling history, but you'll also be supporting the amazing wrestlers and talented photographers behind the magic. So don't wait! Grab your Australian wrestling cards now at pariomagazine.com.au/Ozres cards. Order today and kickstart your collection with a bang!
And as the movie progresses, we sort of they go through all of these trials and tribulations on their road trip. We finally get to Austin, Texas, not
Boston.
Austin, Massachusetts.
Yep.
And what did you think of the big Tiffany twist?
I kept getting mad at this because I wanted to, like, I am the kind of person that's like, I feed on violence. So I just wanted a big blow up where, like, and especially in this kind of a movie, I was expecting something like big and dramatic where, like, she would just like toss him out a fucking window or something like that because there's just so much shenanigans going on. But I was kind of let down because she was just like cool with it and whatever. Like, she was getting ready to break up with him anyway, essentially.
Well, yeah, like early in the movie, they're talking about how there's loopholes.
Yeah.
It's fine. They're in a different state. It's fine. It
Yeah,
doesn't
you're in
count.
different zip
Not
codes and you're in different states,
zip
so
code
it's
doesn't
fine.
count. Yeah.
And I'm just like,
And then I remember when that was happening, you were like, what the fuck? That now I understand why there's a whole generation of guys that are like this. And then
yeah.
And then they spin it, and she's the one that took advantage of the loophole, not him.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, to hear that in a movie and be able to relate that to real life events and things is so mind-boggling to me. And I'm just like, yeah, this movie is why, like, my generation, like, and I hate to say it, my generation, but it really is, like, the generation that I am in is more about, like, just hookups, like, you know, good times and not long times kind of thing. And I'm just like, there's probably these movies that put that mindset in there, or they're just douches in general. But, like, I don't feel like these kind of movies helped the case anymore at this point. You know, like, there's still going to be guys who are just like in that mindset and they never grow out of it. And so,
Yeah, I feel like it's road trip, Euro trip,
American Pie.
American Pie.
Mhm.
They're like the three biggest culprits for setting people on that mindset.
Yeah, and they don't know how to, like, I feel like it takes them that much longer to, like, grow out of it, and some of them never do. But it explains a whole lot, like,
Just as people were starting to grow out of it, we got Superbad, which is basically the same thing, where Seth character is just like, I'm going to go to college and then I'll be hooking up with everyone, so I got to get the high school experience out of the way first on our final days.
yeah.
You haven't watched Superbad, we've got to put that on the list.
I've never seen Superbad.
You've never? I think I've seen it enough for each of us about 1,000 times over.
Put it this way. When Blockbuster was going out of business around here and they had all their movies that were still there for, like, super duper cheap, I bought Superbad for like $4 and it sat on my movie shelf and I never watched it, and then I gave it to Goodwill.
Well, you best be finding it because you've got 2 years.
I'm not watching Superbad. No, someone else can sign up for that. I'm not doing it. I can't. I was bad enough watching this bullshit.
I could be a jerk, and we could do it this year because it's 18.
No, we're not doing it this
And
year.
it fits in the theme of ending high school.
No, we are not. We're not doing it this year. The schedule is full. Okay, the schedule is full.
It's not.
It is. It's full. Fuck off.
I'll give you a pick. I'll give you a choice.
Oh no.
It's a choice between two movies.
No, because neither of them are going to be good.
Do you want to watch Superbad and celebrate 18 years?
Mm.
Or do you want to watch Waterworld and celebrate 30 years?
Waterworld.
Wow. That's surprising.
It's
because I know you hate that movie.
I've already watched Waterworld once this year, and that was 3 hours of my life I can no longer get back. But I would watch that over Superbad, I feel, because it's Kevin Costner.
I just found another one we could watch.
Oh no.
Knocked Up turns 18 this year.
I've never seen Knocked Up.
The 40-year-old version is 20 this year.
I don't need to see Steve Carell get wax again.
So you've seen that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we can't watch Project X. It's only 13.
I've never seen Project X anyway.
It's a minor still.
Yeah, no, I'm good. We have a full schedule, Jamie. Robert, like, leave it alone.
I'll find some spaces.
No, you won't. No, you will not. I'm going to fill up that shit. Watch me. I will fucking... I'm going to make you watch Coyote Ugly.
Well, just so you know, if you don't watch Superbad this year, we're watching it in 2 years' time.
It's fine. I have time to accept that and go through it. We have a very busy schedule this year, and next year is already looking looking full too.
Mhm. The other thing I wanted to chat about was so Seann William Scott's character, he's Stifler. Every time I look at him, I just think
I just want to
Stifler.
call,
I forget his name is Sean. It's like, Stifler.
And it's really bad because when I watch Seann William Scott doing his roles, it makes me think of my friend Sean, because there are just certain things that he says that I'm like, Sean would say that. And the fact that they have the same name, I'm just like, God damn it.
And one of the things that he does say when Josh decides, yep, I need to go on this road trip to go and retrieve this tape so that Tiffany doesn't watch it when she receives it. Seann William Scott's character, EL, says, what am I going to do? Just stay here and learn?
It's so typical.
Yeah, I guess, you might as well go on a road trip.
I also want to address the fact that, like, if you show this movie to kids, like teenagers that are in this current generation, they are going to be like, what is it? What is a tape? What is that? Because it is a VHS tape. And that is a thing that they cannot wrap their heads around. Like, my daughter has no idea what the fuck a VHS is. Like, she's seen them. She has no idea how that fucking works. And so I would love to just see a group of, like, I don't know, like 19-year-olds, like, watch this and be like, what is that thing? And, like, the fact that they don't have cell phones, really, like, in this movie.
Yeah, they all have a phone in their room.
Yeah.
They don't have a mobile phone, just
right.
Their girlfriend.
So that's another thing. They just, like, all these kids would just be like, why don't they just, like, call somebody for help? Like, that's not a thing. Like, they can't do that. So it'd be so funny. Like, yeah, it would be so funny as, like, a social experiment to just see people's, like, minds kind of explode in that sense.
And, like, it's the early days of the internet, because when they get to Tiffany's school and they're trying to collect the mail, they interrupt the mail clerk, who is on the phone talking to some guy that's running a website, because he's trying to update him to give him spoilers for episode 2.
Yes.
Which is, the website is episode2spoilers.com, and it's spoilers for Star Wars episode 2 that he's trying to give the guy.
Yeah. It's so crazy. And the size of the laptop that kid is on is just like a massive brick. Like, it is the size of, like, a PlayStation. And I'm just like, people lose their minds. Like, they would have no idea. And also, there's no flat screen TVs. Like, their TV that they're on is like a tube TV, like the big fat ones. The camcorder that Josh uses is like one of those, like, JVC, like, handheld ones before they even had the flip around screen. So yeah, it's just like, it would be like such a technology shock to, like, this current generation's kids to watch it. I would just love to watch their reactions and be like, wow, this is really old.
It's like, what were we watching? We were watching something the other day, and there was a rotary telephone, and the characters are like, how do I use this thing? There's no buttons.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even remember what it was, but I do remember that we were watching something with that, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is gonna kill me.
Was it Clan in the Cornfield? That, like,
yes,
because they were, like, in a rush.
They were trying to dial 911, and they couldn't figure
out how to do it.
That was great. Yeah.
And the Seann William Scott character also has a bit of a story arc throughout this movie of, he finds a new...
Why did you have to bring that up?
I guess. He finds a new thing that he enjoys.
Yeah, it's a kink.
Did you see that coming when they go...
see what you did there?
Got myself on that one. When they go to the donation, to do the donation, and then the nurse goes in with him, did you see it going that way?
I was hoping it would go that way. We'll put it that way. Because anytime... So it's... This is how you know I'm like a
more proof. It's like it's just Seann William Scott just plays Stifler and everything.
Yeah, so in my head, like, this is how I know I'm a nerd, like a horror nerd. So in Dream Warriors, like Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Warriors, there's a sequence, because all the kids are in, like, a mental institution, where a nurse, like, goes in and, like, she ends up being, it's a dream sequence, so it is actually Freddy, and, like, she ties him to the bed with her tongue. Like, she has her tongue splits out and ties him to the bedpost. And so in my head, every time I see a nurse follow a guy into a room and and it leads you to believe that they're going to get it on. That's all my head goes to is like this killer nurse that's going to be like, ah, I'm going to kill you. So the fact that like she definitely destroyed him and unleashed a newfound enjoyable thing for him is hilarious to me.
Yeah, like it's just more. Yeah, he's just Stifler in this as well. Like it's such a Stifler thing to try and get to happen, and then it ends up backfiring on him. And
Did it really backfire? Because he ended up liking it.
because then, yeah, later in the movie, he's like, okay, now you got to do this. Use 3 fingers.
Yeah, only 2, and make it 3. I'm like, oh,
Jesus,
okay,
that's
wow.
a lot.
We know what he's been reading.
And then you also have like Rubin, who ends up going on to discover this undetectable strain of marijuana, which is very funny. The thing I really enjoyed the most about the sort of character arcs and reveals at the end with the sort of wacky credits that are like, and this is where they are today.
Yes.
Jacob, the jerk teacher's assistant, teacher's aide,
he's a cult leader.
went on to found a cult, and that really backfired on him.
Yeah, that was hilarious though. I love that, and I love the fact that like the cult that they reference is the Jim Jones kind of thing going on, where he's just like,
it's 2.
yeah.
So there's the Jim Jones Jonestown thing with the drinking the Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm.
But then outfits are very Heaven's Gate.
Yes. So it's really funny.
Funny.
It's funny how they like threw those in. I'm just like, dude.
And then the other sort of story progression we get is Kyle, who goes from this awkward, really nervous kid who ends up standing up to his dad for the first time.
Yes.
And then in the Where Are They Now segment at the end, he is introducing his new girlfriend, Rhonda, to his dad.
Which is fantastic.
Which is, yeah, that's such a funny moment when the moment when they're sitting outside the party on the bench.
Yes.
And he's like, I've had sex before. Never with a girl. What? What are you talking about?
Yeah. It's
Rhonda,
so
Rhonda destroys that poor kid.
I don't think she enlightened him. That's what she did. She opened his eyes up to something, and Rhonda needs more credit than that because she's fantastic in this. She played such a big role, and she didn't even mean to.
Yep. And then the final person that sort of has a big thing at the end is Barry.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of that closing part where Barry is just making out with the redheaded kid's mum from the tour?
I mean, go Barry, get it, dude.
It just shows that he's like so unhinged, just does whatever he wants, doesn't think about consequences or surroundings.
But in the end, too, he did his job because he got like a bunch of kids to be like, "All right, we'll see you in the next semester. Like, can't wait to see you again." You know, things like that. And I'm just like, he did his job as like a tour guide for the school. Good for him.
Especially after it started off where everyone was like, "This is the worst tour ever. Why are you still here?"
And then they're all just like cheering for him and shaking his hand, like, okay.
Yeah, and this building was built in the 1800s. It says 1967. That's the address.
So you've been here for this long and you don't know anything about the school.
So the film ultimately was a box office hit, pulling in nearly $120 million off a $16 million budget, despite sort of critics basically saying it's fine. It's not great.
Yeah, it's not a critic movie.
It's funny. Like, it's not a great movie, but it's got some really funny moments in it. So
yeah, this is like
I think that's where the box office came in. Like, it got that word of mouth of like, this is funny. You need to go see this.
Yeah, this has become one of those like comedic cult classics. I think like the 2000s cult classics, where like just like everybody knows it, and it's nothing to like write home about, but it's just like ingrained in your brain, and it's, you know, a lot of people probably like used it as a guide in their younger years, and you know.
Yeah, like it's 100% in that sort of same realm as American Pie.
Yeah.
Old school. Basketball, like all of those movies in that
Van
era,
Wilder.
just off the wall, wacky teenage kid movies.
Well, teen
pie movies, really.
Yeah.
So it is a absolute time capsule of that period. So I don't know if they would get away with Road Trip in 2025. It'd be a very different movie, especially with like the technology, because you
Yeah.
wouldn't be sending a tape. You would be sending like,
An email
yes, they
or
would send
something.
like a Snapchat or something like that, and then like
Yeah.
can't stop that. Once that's out
Yeah.
there, it's out there.
Yeah, it would be a very different kind of scenario. Like they would have had to have like leaked something different somewhere. Like, it would have to be, oh, like someone's album's gonna get released early or something like that, maybe instead. Like stupid shit.
Yeah, because like it's not like you would, because in this one they send the tape in the physical
Snail mail. Yeah, in snail
so
mail.
he
Now
kind of
it's
has that
instant.
little window to try and beat it there.
Yeah.
But if it's like text message or a Snapchat or an email, like
It's instant.
it's out.
It's out there. There's no
I guess
getting
at
it
least
out.
with an email he could like potentially get there and delete it before she opens it, but like everything else, it's basically instant.
Yeah, there's no hiding it at that point. Once it's out there, it's out there. Just remember that, guys. If you ever go to do a sex tape and you put it out there somewhere, it's gonna be out there pretty quick.
So then I've got a little trivia pit stop before we close out. The opening campus flyover is
Mhm.
actually Harvard,
Okay,
and that exact shot Todd Phillips reused for his movie Old School.
I love it. I'm here for it.
Smart. If you've got that drone footage of a university campus,
Might as well keep it.
kind of generic flyover of a university campus,
Oh yeah,
and then you go and make another university movie, yeah, just use it.
makes sense. Be dumb.
Even if like they flipped it in editing or
Yeah.
played it in reverse or something, like yeah, you could make it look different,
Oh yeah.
different color grading on it, and then all of the campus scenes for Ithaca, Austin, Boston were all filmed in or around Atlanta at Georgia Tech, Emory, and the University of Georgia. So it's funny that
They weren't going to Georgia at all.
yeah, and I guess it's just that Georgia have all of those tax credits and incentives to film in Georgia.
Yeah.
So
And most college campuses look all generic. Like they all have like very historic looking brick buildings with like pillars and shit. So it's pretty
and then
easy
yeah,
to alter
the big
them.
open like grass areas and stuff like that. So
Yeah, courts
pretty
and
simple.
courtyards
Just,
and shit.
it's funny that they filmed a bunch of this stuff like at these campuses, and then the campuses were like, "You are never." After they saw the movie, they're like, "Mm-mm."
Never
They,
again.
one I can't remember which one it was, but one of them banned like filming for movies and stuff there for 20 years after this movie came out. They're like, never again.
I mean, I get it. I get it.
And then yeah, my last one is the Todd Phillips cameo, which is it's such a
Gross.
funny cameo when you look back
No.
and go, oh, that's the director. That's not
No.
just a random extra they got. The director's like, I'll do that. I'll try and suck on the lead girl toes.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Ugh.
I attribute this movie to all the people that have foot fetishes. No offense, I don't fetish shame, but I'm pretty sure that this is the reason why there's so many people out there with foot fetishes. Probably.
I wonder if it's also like a little like joke Tarantino homage thing, because I would suspect Phillips is a Tarantino fan.
Oh yeah.
So
Ugh.
I wonder if it's like a bit of a joke about his apparent foot fetish.
All the power to you. That's not my jam.
Very lucrative for some people, though, apparently.
It is. You know, they make some money. Like, don't put your feet out there for free. You never know. One toe could be $5, guys. Times are tough.
Instagram serves up the weirdest things on Reels sometimes, like when you watch one and then it like automatically plays the next one.
Yes.
I had one where it was a girl late being like, why work hard when you can just paint somebody's dad's name on your toes for $200 a pop? I was like, what the hell?
Bob.
Like, what the hell? That's messed up. But hey, if you can get $200 for doing that, why wouldn't
I'm just saying, if someone wants a pair of my socks, I will wear them for a week if I get $200 out of it. Go for it, dude.
Oh, boy. On that note, what would you rate Road Trip from 2000, directed by Todd Phillips?
Oh, like a 2? It's not
That's fair.
super. Like it's like a two. It's entertaining for what it is. It's like I said, it's a one and done for me, and it's not my style of comedy. I Yeah, like I don't know. I like different kinds of comedy, I guess. I grew up watching like Mel Brooks movies, so for me that's comedy. This movie is more just like stupid humor, I guess. Like fraternity humor essentially is what it is. It's like a guy's night in kind of put it on and like just fuck off kind of thing.
Are you excited for Naked Gun, the remake now that it's out?
I am kind of excited for Naked Gun. I love Naked Gun. That was one of my things. What was another one? Oh, Hot Shots. That was like another stupid thing that I grew up watching and stuff. But yeah, Naked Gun is actually one of my favorites, and I love Liam Neeson and I love Pam Anderson. And I'm really excited to see them together, and they're adorable in general. But yeah, the fact that like she's out back on screen and she's she did The Last Showgirl, and now this is like a comedy role for her, and I think it's really cute. And then Liam Neeson is not serious, and he's not like threatening to kill people for kidnapping his family, so that's a cool turn. But yeah, I'm actually kind of excited to watch it. So yeah, I probably will end up checking that on pretty soon.
So then for me, in terms of a rating for not Euro Trip, Road Trip, I give it a 3. Like it's a good weekend silly movie if that's the style of comedy you're into. Obviously, if you're not into this type of comedy, it's probably going to be a bit grating and dated. But
Yes.
for me, it's got that nostalgia flair of like, I remember watching this and finding it hilarious. But I'm excited for next week's episode because we're going to continue our trip down memory lane. We're going to take it international this time, though, as we revisit the film that spun off from Road Trip, Euro Trip. So this isn't a direct sequel. It's not even connected in any way. It wasn't even supposed to be made.
Oh, good.
So we'll discuss that more next week. But yeah, Euro Trip, which I think is the better of the two, we'll be onto that next week. So look out for our Euro Trip flashback. And otherwise, thank you for listening to the Commentary Booth. If you enjoyed the show, please remember to rate, review, and subscribe on podcast services and on YouTube. You can follow Corrina on Instagram at Miss Corrina Renee. And you can follow me on social media at JamieUps Media and at Pario Magazine.